Welcome to my third video of Venting with the Virgo. Okay, so today's video is not gonna be too deep. I just have concerns. So y'all know last week or a couple days ago, whatever, them people went in that submarine and died. So here's my problem. Excuse that phone, hold on. Here's my problem. I want you guys to stop thinking everything is a government distraction. The government, whoever the fuck, everything that entails, they've been doing everything right in front of our fucking faces this whole time. They don't need to distract us from anything because they know the average American person is not going to look into what they're actually doing. They didn't need that submarine shit to be a distraction. Mind you, when you look into the whole... Oh, I'm sorry. This is my first time wearing my natural hair out in a while. And I'm just... I don't know. I just feel weird about it. I don't know. But anyway, this whole Ocean Gate thing has been in motion since like 2009, if I remember correctly. The man who's the owner, who was in the damn thing with him, he done been down to the Titanic like a couple times. They've been doing this. They want, the goal was to make like being underwater like another tourist thing. Like, you know how they're trying to race to go to space. The billionaires are doing stuff to go into space and like do tourism stuff there. They're doing the same thing for under the sea. When you look it up and you look up credible sources about it, I might tag some in the description or whatever, but they've been doing this for a while. The only reason, I don't know what happened this time that made it so different from the past times to where they ended up dying, but this whole time when he's been doing it, it was unsafe the whole time. Like, he literally went and fired a past employee because he spoke out against him, and he said like, this shit is unsafe, this is dumb as hell. Nobody needs to be going that deep under the water. Like, when you go so deep, the water pressure will literally make you fucking... I got a water bottle. When you go deep underwater, the pressure will make you fucking crumble. Like, you know how the people were saying, oh, when they go under, they have about 40 hours left of oxygen. Those people were dead 30 minutes into being down there. Probably less than that. Like, they had no reason to be down there. I don't understand what the fuck people's obsession is with the Titanic, but we know enough. They made movies, they made documentaries. The people who survived the whole thing kept saying, leave that shit in the past, leave it alone. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. And me personally, if I was on there and I survived, I would say I don't want to hear shit about this anymore either. I don't. That's very dumb to me. And I really hate that y'all think that everything that happens in the news and gets popular on social media is a distraction. It might be a distraction to you. It might be a distraction to somebody who's not capable of thinking about more things at one time, but it's not a distraction. Like, stop looking at stuff that goes viral as a distraction. It's a distraction because to you, whoever believes that, it's a distraction to you because that's all you're seeing. That's all you care about right now. That's all you're looking into right now. But me, I can hear about this and go look up some other shit at the same time and gain knowledge about multiple things at one time because that's how the human brain is supposed to work. I don't know. But I just really want y'all to stop thinking everything's a distraction. It's not. The government does not need to distract us because they know that the average person is not going to look into what the fuck they have going on anyway. People were saying it's a distraction from Joe Biden about to get impeached. If you watch the news, it's on the news. They were saying it's a distraction because they're trying to sell whatever something about the meat. I forget the exact word, but they're trying to sell like this certain type of meat in stores now. I think it's like fake, basically. But again, look that up. You don't have to be like one event. We are people on earth in the world. There's going to be 50 million things happening at one time. So to call that a distraction is very dumb to me. I remember when something else had happened. I don't know, but every time something happens and it gets like mainstream and it goes viral on social media, people always call it a distraction. Like, it's not. You're just not the brightest person to me, in my opinion. But that's what you want to believe. That's good for you. Go ahead. If that's what you need to do to make it work for you in your brain, by all means, go for it. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about real quick is not. It might take long. I don't know. I don't think so. I really hate how social media has really pushed the whole BBL getting surgery thing. Even like veneers, getting your teeth done. Like, of course, I am all for people doing what they want to make themselves look how they want. Women getting BBLs, getting plastic surgery, getting their titties done, all that other stuff, that is not a problem. I like that women can do stuff like that. People, period, because men can too, but for some reason it's looked down upon. But I don't care. Like, do what you want to do. I do appreciate when a person takes control of their own image, because that's good. You can look however the fuck you want. You can look like a whole new person if you want to, and that's fine. However, I do think that when some people get it, they don't really need it. And again, I guess the more I think about it now that I'm talking about it, I guess it does have more to do with their self-image. And that's just something people might have to work out within themselves. But it just really sucks when you go through all that surgery, go through all the healing, paying all that money, just to realize, like, damn, I did not need to get this. Like, I use SZA for an example. Me personally, her BBL, whatever, I'm gonna just say BBL. I don't know if that's the exact surgery she got, but she looks amazing. She looks great. She looks fucking fantastic. However, knowing how SZA looked before she got her surgery, like body wise, she was a little heavier, but SZA was always thick. She always had a butt, always had the shape. I don't think she needed to get a BBL. I think all she had to do, like if she wanted to like lose the fat, like get lipo or whatever, you know, she could have did that and she would have looked the exact same to me, personally. I don't know, like that's, sometimes I feel like people are just getting it because it's the trend now. Like even with Glorilla, she didn't get her body done, but she's very skinny. She looks great. But as soon as she blew up and got famous, everybody was like, oh, now you got to get your body done. You got to get a BBL, do something, like, you're too skinny. And I'm really glad that she already has in her mind, like, what the fuck I need a BBL for? I'm already thick. Like, I'm really glad that she has that mentality, because there are lots of women who do get more attention, who do get more famous, and they get that surgery just because that's what all the women are getting now, and that and a certain body type is now more praised. And again, like I said, it does have to do with their body, their self-esteem, their self-image and stuff like that. But for some people, you don't even need to get it because you already have the body. You already have the body. Damn, my bad, my AirPod died. But you already have the body. That's like, if people know how I look and how I'm shaped, that's like me going to get a BBL. People will be like, girl, what the fuck are you getting a BBL for? You don't need it. Like, and the same thing with people see. Now, I've seen some people get their teeth done And it looks great. It fits their face. It's natural. Everything else. But I've also seen people get their teeth done. It looks terrible. And when I read more up on getting veneers and stuff like that, it's really not healthy for your dental health at all. Like, you're shaving your teeth down. Your teeth can rot up under them. A lot of people who have them, their breath does not smell that good unless they're properly brushing and doing whatever they need to do up under them. And a lot of people are not. Like Cardi B, she got her teeth done. They look fine. They kind of fit her face. I think her teeth look great. But then there's people like, I don't know if y'all watch Bad Boys or anything. There's the guy, Chef D. And it's no offense to him. He didn't do the work, you know. He's not the surgeon who did it. It's not his fault. But his teeth are very big to the point where you can tell he can't comfortably sit with his mouth closed. I don't know how his teeth looked before, but there's people who have had issues with their teeth and all they did is go get braces and Invisalign. And I know people might not want braces or whatever, but like Megan Thee Stallion, her teeth weren't really fucked up. I could see why she would want to get work done, I guess. Not really. Her teeth weren't bad at all to me, but she got Invisalign. And her teeth look the way that her teeth do now. And they look fine. They fit her mouth because they're her natural teeth. She went the natural way to get them fixed, I guess. I don't know what word to use for that. But she went the ethical way to get them fixed. I guess I can use that. And her teeth look great. She just got her actual teeth straightened out. I think mine are pretty okay. But like, if I were to want to get my teeth done, I would probably do the same thing, like get Invisalign or something, or get braces or whatever. I don't think I need braces, but I would do some dealing with a dentist, not so much a surgeon. I'm also terrified of having my teeth shaved down. That whole concept to me is crazy, because I guess you could always keep the veneers in forever, but like, I don't know. I feel like after these fads kind of fade, people are gonna not want them anymore. Like, then what are you gonna do? You don't have any more teeth. You can't just take them out and say, damn, I don't want this shit no more. You won't have any more teeth. And the same with the BBLs and stuff, people have been getting their stuff taken out. I seen Black China had got her stuff taken out. Kim Kardashian, and I think another one of their sisters, they had got their stuff taken out. It's really just to see who. It's the whole influencer culture. They're just trying to see who can they get to do it, and then when they realize everybody else has it now, they want to go back to, oh well, since everybody got it, I don't want it no more. That's kind of like, that's the trick of the internet. That's the distraction people need to be worried about. That's the trick. Like, especially like now, I know growing up, a lot of girls wanted to be skinny. Like, eating disorders were very, they're still very, very prevalent. People still do have them, but like, a lot of commercials were geared towards girls having, like anorexia, bulimia. It was mentioned in a lot of TV shows, like in Degrassi. It was another show I watched where a girl had an eating disorder. Well, like, they'll make jokes about it, like even in movies and stuff. Can't think of all of them at the top of my head, but like, they literally make jokes about, oh, I need to go throw up or do this after I'm done eating. Like, making jokes about eating disorders to be skinnier, to lose weight. Now I feel like a lot of women have body issues because back then they were working so hard to fit that skinny body type, to fit in with the trends. Now they're like, oh shit, everybody wants to be thick now. I need to go get my body done. I really think it's good for people to not look, just in this case, because I don't think the internet influences too much of how people think. It doesn't influence it, but it reflects how people think, I should say. But as far as like getting your bodies done and like the Instagram baddies, like Instagram not even Instagram no more. You can't just post a random selfie no more. People have to over edit their pictures, get the good lighting, and I do the same thing too. I haven't posted like a random ass picture on Instagram in a long ass time. Like when I get my picture taken, I'm always asking, is the lighting good? Is this pose right? How does it look? Stand, like I take my phone, I'd be like, stand right here, so that way you can get the angle right here. Like I do that too. So I feel like everything isn't as authentic anymore as it can be on sites like that. I think it's really good for people to take breaks, or not even, you don't even got to take a break, but just kind of like do things to ease your mind from these standards that people have on how somebody should look, because things change all the time, every day. There was a point in time where black women were always getting braids and getting their braids done were cute. Now they're on Twitter saying braids are a broke hairstyle. Like, just ignore all that shit. That's just how I feel about that personally. I could have probably worded some of the things I said better, but that's the best way I can get my thoughts out. So yeah, I do think some people getting their bodies done, they don't need it at all. But again, it does have to do with their self-image. So I hope people are able to work through that, whatever they're going to as far as that goes, because I do struggle with how my body looks sometimes too. But then I just have to think, like, you look fine. You look the way your body should look. With my height and weight that I am and the body shape that I have, I feel like I look fine. Like, I have to really put that in my head, like, girl, you look fine. Like, everything I wear, I'm not going to look like I have a flat stomach. It's not possible. I'm 5'2" and like 163 pounds. It's not possible. My body is short and compact. Like, it's not possible. Plus, again, like how I was saying, like, it's kind of, it does get kind of hard when you see certain body types on the internet. Like, not even certain, but just the same body type. Everybody has their body done the same way for the most part, and that's fine. That's what they want. That's how they want to look. But when you're when you have your body not done and you like naturally have a certain shape, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I don't want my stomach poking out, because when so-and-so wore this, her stomach was kind of flat, so I want to give that kind of shape, like my stomach is flat. And as with me as an adult having this thought, I know kids everywhere, like in middle school, high school, are like having this thought, like, damn, I have to look this way because that's what everybody likes right now. And the same thing with me growing up, the time that I did, like, I was in high school from 2013 to 2017. So I think around that era of time was when people wanted to start looking thick or whatever. Like, having a big butt was popular, was a good thing. But I know before that, like in middle school and on back to elementary school, when watching TV and reading certain books and stuff like geared towards teenage girls, everybody wanted to be skinny. Nobody wanted to look fat. Like, even watching America's Next Top Model, it was girls built like me and they were calling them plus size. It was girls on Bad Girls Club who were nowhere near like fat, and they were calling them big and fat. Like, y'all remember that one season that Julie was on? I think that was season 9. Everybody was calling her fat. Julie was not that big. And that girl on America's Next Top Model, I think her name was that Takara. I don't know if I said her name right, but she was on America's Next Top Model. She was very curvy, very voluptuous, I should say. And everybody was saying, oh, you would be a plus size model and everything else. She was not plus size. I don't like that. Like, that's so weird to me. So I think we're kind of growing from that point in time, because now every time you see somebody skinny, everybody's like, oh, you too skinny, you need your body, you need a BBL or something. leave. I guess what I'm trying to say is leave people and how they naturally look or however they get their surgery done to look alone. Stop commenting on people's bodies. You don't know what they're dealing with. That person might have gotten surgery because of how they looked before, and now they got surgery to appease what everybody thought they should look like, and they're getting talked about for it again. Like, I don't think that's fair. I think it's better to just leave people alone. I think I just did a whole 360 from my initial point and people getting surgeries for no reason, because I see, like, the more I'm talking about it, there is a reason. You see how people can change their mind that fast? Because y'all be people on the internet be trying to cancel people from stuff they said like 2011. Like, people's minds can change over time. My mind just changed in the span of like 7 fucking minutes. But I think it's easier to just leave people alone about their bodies. Nobody's perfect though, because I've seen people with really bad Bbls, and I have talked about them. I'm sorry, but I think if they're happy with it and they're okay with how they look, that's fine. It ain't my body. I ain't have shit to do with it. That's cool. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm excited because I'm finally about to start my vent with me portion, so we're going to get into that next. Okay, y'all, so for my vent with me portion, I got a lot of submissions. Actually, I'm really excited about it. I didn't think I was going to get that many. So what I did was, as you all saw, I went on to Google and I used the virtual dice roller. So I made the highest number up to 10 because I had got 10 submissions. So out of 10, I had to pick 3. And the ones it picked was 5, 10, and 9. I did pick an extra one because I want to talk about it for my sake, because I liked their submission. But let's get into it. I'm about to pull it up. I have another phone in my hand, sorry. So number 5 says, I want to vent about niggas having best friends because husbands don't. My daddy don't even have a best friend. So here's the thing with that. My dad don't got a... My dad doesn't have a... I'm assuming she meant female best friends or girl best friends. My dad don't have a girl best friend either. All the men who I know who are like older, like in their 30s, 40s, and I mean like late 30s and on up, they don't have a female best friend. They do have friends, but they don't make it known like, oh, this is my girl best friend. And I think that's what kind of makes it weird and iffy. How do I say this? I think that when it's okay for a guy to have female friends, right? Right. I think it's okay for a girl to have guy friends, right? Right. But in my experience, when a girl is friends with the guy, she genuinely sees him as a guy friend. Also, in my experience, when a guy has a girl friend, not a girlfriend, but a girl platonic friend, there are very few who have women friends where they see it as just, this is my friend. There are a lot of cases, and again, this is me and my personal experience. Nobody yell at me, nobody get mad at me. There are guys who have girl best friends, but they would have sex with those girl best friends if that girl gave them the chance to do so. Whereas with girls, when a girl has a guy friend, they don't have a guy friend based on how attractive they think he is or whatever. They're not even looking to do anything like that because they're simply just a friend. Like, that's my friend. Like, we not even on that. Like, I do have guy close friends. Yes, I can. I have guy close friends who I talk to all the time. But again, we've been friends for such a long time. It wouldn't even be a thing for nothing like that. Like, not ill, but like, I don't know. I don't think it's weird because, again, people can be friends of the opposite sex. It's a daily thing. It's all the time. Like, my mom has friends who she's cool with that are men. My dad has women who he's cool with, and they're just friends. But I think it's the label on it too. Because dudes don't really make it known that another dude is their best friend. Be like, oh, that's my brother. Like, we cool. But when it comes to a girl, they be like, oh, best friend and blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's like extra. Unless you're doing the same thing for everybody all around. I don't know. I don't know. It's possible for it to simply be platonic because I've seen it, but it's also very possible for it to be more than platonic because I've also seen that too. So, I don't know. If you're venting about your man specifically having a girl best friend, I feel like don't jump the gun too quickly. Especially if you guys are like serious dating and you know that he's already had this friend in the past or whatever and they've been cool. Don't think about it too hard unless you see some things that make you think about it too hard. Then you could think about it too hard. But if it's always been just cool, chill vibes between the two, like nothing too weird, like it's cool. Don't think about it too hard. Next one, number 10. It says, I feel torn between perspectives. Like, I can go in one direction with this newfound energy and create new experiences for myself, or endure the discomfort and create a whole new reality. Out the ashes and rise like a phoenix. Do you think it's a trauma response to choose what doesn't feel good in times like these, or should I just dig deep and stay silent? I'm always an advocate of doing what feels good to you. If you're enduring discomfort in a situation, that's going to happen if that situation is something that's new to you. But if the situation is not new to you and you've been enduring discomfort for a long time, then take on the new experience, because that new experience can make you feel comfortable and good from the get-go. And you could be feeling good this whole time with that new experience rather than staying somewhere where you feel uncomfortable. And maybe uncomfortable is not even the right word to use, but like where you're not happy. I don't know about the trauma response part. Do you think it's a trauma response to choose what doesn't feel good in times like these, or just dig deep and stay silent? I feel like if you're in a place and you're not happy and you've already spoken your piece about being not happy and you've already done everything you can to try to work things out, and then that other person is still just not doing what you want them to do, and you feel like it's not really giving what you thought it was supposed to have gave, don't sit there and stay there and be unhappy and then project that unhappiness onto the other person because they're thinking you're still there because you're okay with what's going on. I think it's good for you to take on that new experience if you feel like that new experience is going to give more of what you're asking for. But I'm here to just vent and give my perspective. Nobody has to take my advice. I'm not telling nobody to do nothing because I don't want to be put to blame like, oh, I done seen this on her YouTube and this is what she said. The next one. Look, y'all, don't say I told y'all to go do nothing. I believe it was number 9. This one says, I really hate people who disappear for months on end and then reappear like everything is cool. It's so annoying. Like, if you need space or time as my friend, trust me enough that I will respect that boundary rather than leave me to think the worst and that I did something wrong. And don't do it multiple times because I'll be done and you'll be left blaming me for leaving you in a time of crisis because I took the time to reach out to you and check in, but you decided to ignore me. I agree. Me being the friend who does stuff like that, I do let my friends know, like, hey y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all when I can. I got some shit going on. And then I just say, like, hey, just pray for me. I got some shit going on. Then my friends will be like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. And then I'll check in when I'm ready. I'm just going off of exactly how you put it in the thing. If that person is just disappearing and not saying shit that whole time, like just straight ghost, that would piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. And I really wouldn't blame you for cutting that friend off. It's because people tend to treat friendships more like they're more disposable than relationships. Like, if you wouldn't ghost on your boyfriend or girlfriend and go however much long without telling them shit, you don't need to be doing that to your friends either. People forget that at the end of the day, your friends and family are who you have. Relationships could possibly be temporary. Not saying that they always will be, but you just never know. It's not fair to do that as a friend. I agree. And if you do feel like you need to leave that friend alone, then that's what you need to do, because it seems like it's bothering you mentally as well. You just got to do what you got to do. That friend can't be mad. Well, they probably will be mad if they feel like you're leaving them in their time of need. But it's like, you didn't even give me a chance to help you out in your time of need because you were ignoring me and you went ghost. So how the fuck was I supposed to know it was really a time of need for you when you needed a friend if you didn't allow me to be a friend to you? So that's how I feel about that. I really haven't had that experience because me and my friends, we always kind of let each other know, like, hey, it's some shit going on. And I'll just talk to y'all about it when I can or when I feel like it. But I just got some shit going on. And then we leave it at that. And then we come back. We either talk about what they went through or what I went through, or we don't. But we're back. Everything cool. They already let me know ahead of time, like, hey, I'm going to just talk to you later. I feel like even if they have to send a message like that, like, hey, I got some shit going on. I don't want to talk about it right now. I might not want to talk about it after I figure my shit out. But I'm just letting you know so you're not left off in the dust, because I don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you. That's simple. Communication is key. So for the last one, this is the one I picked for myself because I want to talk about it. It was the fourth response I got too. It says, ever since I came out as autistic, people have been acting weird and acting like I'm not 100% the same person. Just more accepting of myself and my limitations, especially in my family. They've been being shady since I got home from school. So I'm assuming you go to college. The fact that your family is treating you any different is weird, because it's not like you're a new person now. You're the same person. You just have finally found a label to put on whatever you were going through. Or not even going through, because I'm not gonna lie, I think I might have autism too. I haven't gotten myself tested or anything. And my parents didn't either. But I know I do have like ADHD and anxiety and stuff like that. And I didn't come to terms with that until I got to college, because I didn't have my parents or other family members around to really help me keep my shit together. And I never took medications for any of it. That also might be a thing too. So yeah, once you realize that, and it's good that you took it upon yourself to go get yourself tested or go find out what was happening, why you react to things a certain way. Like, why do you have some stuff, because some stuff with autism can also be linked to like having other things like ADHD or anxiety. So I feel like it's good that you went to go get yourself figured out so you can fully accept what you have going on. The fact that your family is treating you different, or even whoever else other than family is treating you different, I think that's wrong. It's not like you've changed. You didn't. You just found a name to put on what you have. So that's not fair that they're doing that to you. But I don't know. I can't even say, maybe they need time to accept it, because there's nothing to accept in that case. I'm really having a hard time putting my head around this, because that's really not okay. Like, I feel like people, when they hear the word autistic or autism, they think of other mental illnesses that are not autism. I should say that. They think you're not smart. They think you need a little extra help. And some people with autism don't need extra help, or some do too, but like, they just think like you're not capable of anything. And that's not true. Maybe they're trying to really grasp the fact of how broad having autism is, but that doesn't mean they should be treating you any different. Let me look at it again. I don't think they should be treating you any different. And yes, you might have limitations, but you've probably always had those limitations. You just didn't know why you had them. So now you have an explanation for why you were having those limitations. Because a lot of people have autism. It's really not as uncommon as people think. It's just that people were never getting tested for it. And people are saying like, oh, people are getting autism from vaccines. Oh, everybody has autism now because of blah, blah, blah. No. It's just that more people are more comfortable with getting their kids tested now. And people are more comfortable with getting themselves tested now, because they're seeing that having autism is not as one-sided as they think it is. I really do hope your family comes to terms with it, but in the case that they don't, it's good that you're in college. Build a family from there. That's what I did. Not that me and my family got into it or anything, but I met people in college who really helped me during very hard times that I felt like I couldn't go talk to my family about. College is the perfect place for you to kind of become your own person and build your own community. And it's very, very convenient, because if you stay on campus, everybody is right there. So I really hope, I'm glad that you were able to figure that out about yourself. I'm glad that you're very accepting, because some people might find that out and be thinking it's the end of the world. So I'm glad that you're very, very in tune with yourself, that you know how to work through it on your own. I really do hate that people are acting weird towards you about that, because there's nothing to act weird about. But again, I think people still think of autism as something completely different than what it actually is. But yeah, that's the last thing I have on Vent With Me. Please send in more submissions, y'all. I'm gonna put the link in the description. And that's all I have for Venting with the Virgo. So thanks for talking with me.